Alrighty, folks, we're getting ready here to start the first match of League Meet 3 for the day. Can we go ahead and get a round of applause for League Meet 3? Last one before QT. It's been a wonderful season so far. Alrighty. In this first match of the day on the Red Alliance, we have Team 18108 High Voltage and Team 23139 Young Engineers. And on the Blue Alliance, we have Team 20790 Robotics and Team 19439 Disconnect. Now, as we're all aware, we have to keep a pretty tight match schedule. So this match is scheduled to start at 1:45, which is in just a minute here. So we're getting the field all finished and ready to go. Alrighty, we are all ready to go in 3, 2, 1. Starting off in autonomous, we have all 4 teams on the move, with Team 20790 getting their first specimen clip for the day, as well as Team 19439 placing into the high basket for the Blue Alliance. Team 18108 has now clipped 2 specimens on for the Red Alliance, as well as Team 23139 placing a yellow in the high basket. Ooh, unfortunately missing that last one.
Pick up your controls.
I wonder if that'll count.
3, 2, 1.
Okay. All right. All 4 teams are on the move here as we have Team 23139 placing a yellow sample into the high basket with their own basket. I really like that delivery. Team 20790 has placed their 3rd sample for the Blue Alliance and heading on over to pick up another one. Team 18108 has placed their 4th sample onto the red chamber. I'm not sure if that other one will count there on the side of the submersible. Team 19439 is picking up a yellow sample to place in the high basket for the Blue Alliance, as Team 18108 has just dropped off a sample for their human player to pick up from the side of the field. Team 20790 just placed their 5th specimen onto the blue chamber for the day, and it looks like Team 23139 might be doing some dance moves with their robot over there. Hopefully able to reorient. We have 3 teams reaching into the submersible right now. It's really you have to be really careful when you're reaching in to only pick up the correct sample colors and also not get in the way of anyone else trying to do their task. A little bit of a robot collision, as you can see there. Very nice waiting turns. Good job. Team 19439 has just placed another sample into the high basket for the Blue Alliance, as Team 18108 is heading to place yet again another sample on the high chamber for the Red Alliance. Team 23139 has parked, and so has Team 19439. Good job to all teams.
Qualification 2 now, I guess. No change. Oh well. All right, for qualification number 2 on the Red Alliance, we have 750 Gears in Motion and 25631 Proxima Nova. And on the Blue Alliance, we have 4239 Viridescent Vipers and 4097 the Pac-Bots. Yes, okay. Or is it like 50? 150. Okay, that makes sense.
We're ready when you are.
Okay. All right, and we have a schedule to like fit in, so we're gonna start at 150. So few minutes. Okay, and we're going to start this qualification. Yep, we're going to start this qualification in 3, 2, 1. All right, 3 robots are on the move. 4, 2, 3, 9 going for the high basket and putting a sample into the high basket successfully. 2, 5, 6, 3, 1 is just getting all of their samples on the floor and shooting them at their human player to make them into specimens. 4097 has just parked as 750 stays stationary. 25631 is hooking some specimens onto the high chambers really quickly as 4239 looks like they have stopped for their autonomous.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
All right, 3 robots are on the move again. 25631 going for those yellow samples to put in their high basket as 4097 also has a sample going for the low basket or maybe the high basket. Looks like 4239 has a sample as well, and they're following their alliance partner's footsteps and putting a yellow sample into the high basket. All right, 25631 is going for a sample from the submersible as their alliance partner seems to might have some technical issues. Hopefully they can get that resolved quickly as 4239 puts a yellow sample into the high basket and 4097 puts a blue sample into the high basket, both successful. 25631 is grabbing those samples from the submersible and putting them in the high basket, bonking their alliance partner, but they make it successfully. 4239 and 4097 both going for that high basket and putting samples in there. And 25631 does the same with the samples as well. Looks like everyone is just cycling through the samples from the submersible or where they can find them. All right, 4239 has accidentally dropped their sample, but they're getting it quickly as their alliance partner zooms in to put a blue sample into the high basket, and they do it successfully. Oh, they actually drop it by accident, and that's the sound of endgame. What are these teams going to do in the last 30 seconds? 4239 has dropped a blue sample into the high basket successfully as it looks like 4097 has gone for a low hang, very nice. 25631 is going for some more last second samples as 4239 has stopped for this round. And that is the end of this qualification. Good job, everybody.
We're going to go ahead and announce the scores for match number 1. Blue wins with a score of 174 to 163. Very high scoring match. Good job to all teams. Moving right along into qualification match number 3, we have on the Red Alliance team 3965 Twisted Metal. And team 23735 Sunshine Circuits. And on the Blue Alliance, we have team 14687 Undecided and team 12808 RevAmped Robotics. Now, I will admit I accidentally started match 1 a little bit early, so we're going to try and stay right on schedule and start it at 1:55 as promised, so hang tight. Alrighty, we are ready for autonomous in 3, 2, 1. Starting off, we have movement from both teams on the Blue Alliance as well as Team 23735 on the Red Alliance, placing a red sample in the high basket. Team 12808 has dropped off a couple samples to turn into specimens by their human player to place on that high rung for the Blue Alliance, as their alliance partner 14687 is placing yellow samples into the high basket for the Blue Alliance. 23735 has officially parked in the ascent zone.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
All right, we have all robots on the move here. Team 3965 is heading over to that high basket for the Red Alliance to drop off a yellow sample, as Team 12808 is doing the same, dropping off yellow samples in that high basket for the Blue Alliance. Team 14687 is bringing over samples into that observation zone to turn into specimens for their human player, as Team 12808 is continuing to place yellow samples in the high basket for the Blue Alliance. Meanwhile, we have Team 23735 placing very shakily, successfully places a yellow sample in the high basket for the Red Alliance, as Team 3965 seems to be moving on over to the observation zone to pick up a red sample for the Red Alliance. Team 14687 is continuing to place those specimens on the high rung for the Blue Alliance, reaching into the submersible to grab more of those blue samples to turn into specimens. Team 12808 is continuing to pick up samples in the observation zone, placing them in the high basket, filling it up for the Blue Alliance, as Team 23735 is heading on over to the observation zone to pick up a red sample to place in the high basket for the Red Alliance. Team 14687 and Team 12808 seem to have a bit of a rhythm here, as 12808 is cycling that high basket for the Blue Alliance, 14687 working on those specimens for the high rung of the Blue Alliance. Looks like Team 3965 might be having a bit of technical issues with their extension as team 23735 is bringing on over a yellow sample to the high basket for the Red Alliance. As we enter endgame, we have our teams trying to score those last final points before the clock strikes 0, 23735 Parks, as well as team 14687. And that is game.
All right, moving on to qualification. Well, sorry. Scores for qualification number 2 will be shown now. Oh, it's a little glitch. What is going on? Okay. Okay, Red Alliance wins with a score of 211 to 109. All right, okay. Introducing the teams for qualification number 4. On the Red Alliance, we have 27237 Style Points and 26407 Over-Caffeinated Engineers. And on the Blue Alliance, we have 24261 SOS Scholars of Steam and 3058 Live Wire. Oh, ready? Okay. Wait, is it time? Okay. All right, and it looks like we are all ready. So we're going to start this qualification in 3, 2, 1. All right, all robots are on the move. 24261 has a sample which they are going to put into the high basket. Looks like there's a specimen that dropped into the submersible. Oh dear. 27237 has gotten they almost grabbed a sample, but they unfortunately did not grab it. 26407 has hung a specimen onto the high chamber very, very well. Looks like 24261 has ended their autonomous program.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
All right, all robots are on the move with 26407 grabbing a sample to give to their human player, probably to make it into a specimen, as 27237 has placed a sample into the high bucket, and so is 3058. They're going to do the same, and so is their liner 24261. 26407 is going to grab a specimen. Has given their human player a specimen to reposition as they're going to go and grab it. It looks like 24261 has a sample which they're going to put into the high basket. Hopefully they can do it successfully. With 27237 going for a sample from the submersible, trying to grab one so they can score it into the high basket. 24261 has another yellow sample which they're going to put into the high basket, as 26407 has a sample which they got from their human player going towards the basket as well. All right. And they have placed it into the high bucket. Very nice. 24261 has a sample from the submersible, which they are bringing over to their bucket, and so is 26407, who they're grabbing a specimen that they dropped earlier, most likely, for their human player to reposition. 27237 has a yellow sample which they're going to put into their high basket, as 3058 looks like they have parked in their observation zone. 24261 is going for probably a few more samples, or at least one before the match has ended, and so is 27237 going for those last few points. So, all right, 27237 has placed a sample into the high basket, and that is the end of this qualification.
Announcing scores for match number 3. Blue win with with a score of 258 to 54. Good job to all teams. Alrighty, over here on field 1 for match number 5 on the Red Alliance, we have team 12,000, the Automated Skeleton, and team 23299, the Lawnmowers. And on the Blue Alliance, we have team 13727, Juntos, Unidos, and team 11556, Valley Catholic Robotics. Okay, no, that's fine. I'm just watching. Like 5 seconds. Alrighty, we are ready to start autonomous in 3, 2, 1. With movement from both alliances, we have Team 13727 hooking a blue specimen onto the high rung for the Blue Alliance, and Team 12,000 following suit as they hang a red specimen on the high rung for the Red Alliance, and parking in the observation zone. 11556 has also successfully parked in the Blue Alliance's observation zone. A last-minute move there by 13727.
3, 2, 1.
Alrighty, starting out from movement from both alliances here as we go into teleop. Team 11556 is heading on over to those baskets to drop off a yellow sample as Team 13727 picks up a blue specimen to hang on that high chamber for the Blue Alliance. Team 12,000 has reached into the submersible to drop off a sample to turn into a specimen for their human player, as Team 23299 is working on picking up those yellow samples to what I assume is placed in the high basket for the Red Alliance. Team 13727 has just dropped off a sample for the Blue Alliance's human player to turn into a specimen, as Team 11556 is dropping off yellow samples in the net zone for the Blue Alliance. Team 23299, unfortunately misses and shoots a sample outside of the field. Friendly reminder, wear safety glasses, everybody. As Team 12,000 picks up a red sample to drop off in the observation zone for their human player to turn into a specimen. Team 11556 is still very efficiently moving those yellow samples over into the net zone because that, while that isn't in the baskets, it still earns points for their team. As Team 13727 is moving on over, waiting their turn to drop off a sample in the observation zone for the Blue Alliance. Team 12,000 is working on hooking another specimen onto the high chamber, which after an attempt gets it successfully. They have 2 more specimens that they have ready to be hooked. Hopefully they'll be able to get that in time as we have 10 seconds left in endgame. Team 23299 has appeared to park in their net zone, and both teams on the Blue Alliance have parked in their observation zones.
All right, scores are 4. All right, and we have the scores for qualification number 4, so let's see the results. And the Red Alliance wins with a score of 113 to 83. Very nice job, everybody. All right, and introducing the teams for qualification number 6 on the Red Alliance. We have 25631 Proxima Nova and their alliance partner 20790 Robotics. And on the Blue Alliance, we have 26407 Over-Caffeinated Engineers and 25952 Beyond Tech. All right, and we are ready to start this qualification in 3, 2, well, wait, did you? Okay, sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, we're ready to start this qualification in 3, 2, 1. All right, 3 robots are on the move. 25631 zooming towards that submersible to get a sample for their human player. That's 26407 has placed a sample into the high basket. 25952 looks like they're going for a specimen, but it accidentally drops out of the field. 25631 is just cycling through those specimens really quickly. Very nice, as 25952 has stopped.
Pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
All right, all robots are on the move with 25631 zooming towards a sample to grab for their high bucket. 20790 looks like they're going for the submersible to get a sample. 25952 has a sample in their robot, and hopefully they can get it into the bucket. 26407 has hung a specimen onto the high chamber. Very nice. All right, 25631 grabbing a sample from the submersible to just put it into their high bucket, just cycling through the submersible and the high bucket. 26407 has a specimen from their human player, which they grab, which they're going to put onto their high chamber, as 25952 is trying to put a sample into the high bucket, but it looks like maybe their transfer is not working. I am unsure. All right, looks like 20790 is not moving. Hopefully they can start moving again so they can score. 25631 is just continuing to cycle from the submersible to the high bucket, as 25952 is zooming towards the bucket to put their Oh, it looks like they dropped a sample into their net zone as 26407 has placed a sample into their high bucket. 25952 is also going towards the submersible to grab some samples to score with as their alliance partner continues to cycle between the submersible and the high bucket. All right. And it looks like one of the Blue Alliance members has hung very nice as the other Blue Alliance member has parked. And yeah, that's the end of the qualification. Very nice.
Alrighty, let's go ahead and announce the scores for match number 5. Blue win with a score of 96 to 56. Good job to all teams. Alrighty, unfortunately I don't quite have time to announce the teams here, but let's give a round of applause to the Red Alliance and the Blue Alliance. And I think we are ready to start autonomous in 3, 2, 1. Alrighty, movement from both alliances. Here we have team 19439 dropping off a yellow sample in that high basket for the Blue Alliance, as well as team 23139 parking in the Blue Alliance's observation zone. We also have team 11556 parking in the Red Alliance's observation zone, while team 19439 continues to attempt to pick up yellow samples to drop off in that high basket for the Blue Alliance. And moving on over to park in the ascent zone.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Alrighty, movement from all teams here. 3965 on the Red Alliance is moving to pick up and drop off that yellow sample in the high basket for the Red Alliance, as team 11556 seems to be a little bit stuck on their chamber there, but gets that red specimen hung successfully. Team 23139, whoa, a little bit of a run in there by 19439, coming in with speed into that wall. Team 23139 has just dropped off another yellow sample and is picking up one more to place in the high basket for the Blue Alliance, as team 19439 is dropping off a blue sample to place on the high chamber for the Blue Alliance. Team 11556 is looking to pick up that red sample in their observation zone to hang on what I'm assuming is the high chamber for the Red Alliance, as team 23139 as well as team 3965 reach into the submersible to pick up samples to place in the high baskets for each of their alliances. Team 19439 unfortunately drops that blue specimen in. Oh, drops another one. Unfortunate. Hopefully they'll be able to get caught back up there. Team 23139 is attempting to grab some more samples in the submersible for the Blue Alliance, as team 11556 is looking to pick up another specimen for the Red Alliance. As we're entering end zone, we have some traffic in the submersible there with team 19439 and team 23139 reaching that submersible to grab the samples. Team 11556 just a little bit off alignment there, trying to drop off those specimens. They have a very interesting tactic here, flipping the specimen upside down to hang the clip backwards. Very interesting way to go there. Team 19439 has just clipped another specimen, and that game.
All right, looks like we have a lost phone. I'm holding it up right here on field 2. It has a nice black case. And the owner has come to retrieve. It's okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. And we have the scores for qualification number 6. And the Red Alliance wins with a score of 218 to 114. Very nice. Okay. Wow. All right, introducing the teams for qualification number 8. On the Red Alliance, we have 12808 Revamped Robotics and 12,000 the Automated Skeleton. And on the Blue Alliance, we have 25952 Beyond Tech and 24261 SOS. All right, and we are ready to start this qualification. So in 3, 2, 1. All right, looks like 3 robots are on the move. 25952 hanging a specimen onto the high chamber. Very nice. 12,000 is going to their observation zone to park as 12808 is putting samples into their bucket, but it looks like they dropped it, unfortunately. But they do park in the ascent zone, so.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
All right, looks like all robots are on the move with 25952 getting a sample to put into their high basket. And hopefully they do that successfully as 12808 looks like they're going to do the same. 12,000, it looks like they're going for a specimen that the human player has given them. As 12808 has indeed put a sample into the hive basket, so has 25952. 24261 has a sample as well. They might be waiting for their turn patiently. Very sweet. 12,000 is going for a specimen that human player has given them again to put onto the high chamber as 24261 has put a sample into the high basket successfully, and their alliance partner is doing the same, and they also do it successfully. 12808 looks like they're just cycling from the submersible to the high basket continuously, as both Blue Alliance partners are just doing a cycle from the submersible to the high basket as well. All right. It looks like one of the alliance partners on the Blue Alliance has a sample which they're putting into the hive basket, and they do it successfully. Very smooth, and their alliance partner is going to do the same. It looks like 12,000 is just continuously cycling from the human player to to the high chamber to score them onto the high chamber continuously. Very nice. As 12808 is just cycling from the submersible to the high bucket. Very smoothly. 24261 has the yellow sample which they put in their high basket. It looks like 25952 has hung a specimen onto the high chamber and they're going for a sample, or maybe they have parked. Looks like they have they have grabbed a specimen which they were going to put in the high chamber, but that is the end of the qualification. Very good job, everybody.
Alrighty, announcing scores for match number 7. Blue wins with a score of 131-24. Good job to all teams. Moving right along to match number 9 of the day. On the Red Alliance, we have Team 750 Gears in Motion and Team 14687 Undecided. And on the Blue Alliance, we have Team 3058 Live Wire and Team 18108 High Voltage. Love the enthusiasm. Alrighty, we are ready to start autonomous in 3, 2, 1. Starting off with movement from 18108, hanging a specimen on the high chamber for the Blue Alliance, and Team 14687, unfortunately just missing that yellow sample to place in the high basket for the Red Alliance. 18108 is picking up another specimen from their observation zone and going in for a third on that high chamber for the Blue Alliance. Team 14687 looks to, unfortunately, not have gotten that yellow sample in their high basket, but I'm sure they'll get it and tell ya.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Movement from all teams here. Team 18108 spitting out a sample into their observation zone for their human player to turn into specimens, as Team 3058 successfully gets a yellow sample into the high basket for the Blue Lines. Team 750 is dropping off a sample to turn into specimens, as Team 14687 is going to pick those specimens up and hang them on the high chamber. Again, with the upside down method, I really like it. Team 18108 has just dropped off another yellow sample successfully into the high basket for the Blue Alliance and is spitting out a blue sample for them to hang on a high chamber for the Blue Alliance. Team 14687 is looking to pick up that dropped red sample, actually dropping it off into their observation zone so their human player can pick it up. I like the strategy there, definitely easier to grab. Team 3058 is taking in a yellow sample and hopefully looking to place it on the high basket, as Team 18108, their alliance partner, has just picked up a yellow sample to place in the high basket. Team 14687 has just dropped off a yellow sample into red's high basket, as Team 750 is looking to pick up a red sample for the Red Alliance. Whoa! We just had a very far launched sample actually completely left the field area. So watch out for that as you're walking around the pit today, I guess. As we enter endgame, we have Team 18108 grabbing at those yellow samples in the submersible for some last minute points, as well as 14687 picking up the dropped yellow samples and in the submersible for some last minute high basket points. Team 18108 is gunning for one more specimen, so we have 5 seconds left in the match. 750, 3058, 18108 have all successfully parked.
And on that note, we have the scores for qualification number 8. And the Red Alliance wins with a score of 177 to 115. All right, introducing the teams for qualification number 10 on the Red Alliance. We have 27237 Style Points and 4239 Viridescent Vipers. And on the Blue Alliance, we have 23735 Sunshine Circuit and 13727 Juntos and Unidos. Looks like we're missing a clip on this field, so give us a quick moment while we find an extra. Yay, and we got an extra clip. Very nice. Thank you to our little helpers over here. Okay, and it looks like we're ready to start this qualification. Oh, we need... Okay, never mind. All right, ready? Okay, we're ready to start in 3, 2, 1. All right, 3 robots are on the move. 23735 looks like they have put a yellow sample into the high bucket successfully, as 4239 has also put a sample into the high bucket successfully, going for another one, which they also do successfully. And they're going for that last one, and they grab it, and it looks like they put it in successfully, as 23735 has parked in the ascent zone.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
All right, all robots are zooming across the field. 13727 has given their human player a sample to turn into a specimen, as 23735 is going for a blue sample in the submersible. 27237 is going towards a red sample, which they have grabbed. 4239 has a yellow sample, which looks like they're going to drop into the high bucket, as 23735 is just going towards the submersible again to grab some more samples, as 13723 has given their human player another sample to turn into a specimen. Looks like they are cycling from their human player towards the chamber. All right, 23735 is meticulously grabbing a sample from the submersible, as 4239 and their alliance partner are putting samples into the high bucket, going into a nice little team over there. All right. 27237 is going to grab a yellow sample that is just right outside of the ascent zone, as 13727 has dropped off another sample for their human player. Very nice. 4239 has a yellow sample, which they look like they're going to put in their bucket, but it looks like they have stopped all of a sudden. Hopefully they can start moving again to continue playing. All right. 13727 looks like they are going to grab a yellow sample, which they are pushing around, as 23737 is still trying to get a sample from the submersible. And one of the Red Alliance members has parked in their observation zone, and 23735 135 has also parked in the ascent zone. 13727 parked in the observation zone, and all robots are parked. Very nice.
Announcing scores for match number 9. Well, monitor cut out there, but blue wins with a score of 138 to 43. Good job to all teams. Alrighty, match number 11 is all set up and ready to go. So we're gonna go ahead and get it started in just a second. Now we're gonna get it started for real this time. In 3, 2, 1. Alrighty. Movement from both robots on the Red Alliance here. We have Team 2426-1 dropping off a yellow sample in the high basket for the Red Alliance as their alliance partner 4097 parks in the observation zone. Looks like 2097 is attempting to pick up a blue specimen, but their auto unfortunately has a mind of its own. They do get one successfully hung, however, so I'd count that as a success. Team 24261 attempts to park on the observation zone.
Drivers, pick up your controllers.
Their buddy's in the way, though.
3, 2, 1.
23299 is picking up a yellow sample to place in high basket for the blue line as their alliance partner drops off a sample to turn into a specimen and picks up an already made specimen by their human player to drop off on the high chamber for the blue alliance. Team 24261 has just dropped off another yellow sample in the high basket for the red alliance and is picking up one more to drop off once again in that high basket. Team 23299 unfortunately seems to be having technical issues, but expertly parked their robot in the net zone, so they'll still get points even if they're unable to move for the rest of the match. Team 20790 tragically drops the specimen, but not to fret, is picking it back up again. Team 4097 and Team 24261 are just cycling that high basket up there, working together to get as many points as possible efficiently, like the teamwork there. Team 20790 has just placed a third specimen on the high chamber, and Team 4097 unfortunately knocks out a red sample. Unless their robot has a really long arm, I don't know if they'll be able to get that one. 20790 is picking up another sample for the blue lines is high chamber, as Team 24261 and 4097 are still cycling that high basket for the red alliance. Unfortunately, Team 23299 still seems to have technical issues, which is rather unfortunate heading into our end game here. Team 24261 is now reaching into the submersible to grab those yellow samples, as well as 4090 is heading into the ascent zone to hang. Unfortunately, due to 23299's technical issues, 20790 is unable to place any more points in their high basket, so they decide to park. 4097, 24261 also parks. Good job to all teams.
And we have scores for qualification number 10. And the Red Alliance wins with a score of 111. Wow, okay. 111 to 98. And going to introduce the teams for qualification number 12 on the Red Alliance. We have Hello? 4239 Viridescent Vipers and 26407 Over-Caffeinated Engineers. And on the blue lines, we have 23139 Young Engineers and 14687 Undecided.
I'll fix that.
All right, and we are ready to start this qualification in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, all robots are on the move with 14687 and their alliance partner going to score. It looks like 14687 has successfully hung a specimen onto the high chamber. Very nice. 4239 going for that high bucket, putting 3 samples into the high bucket. That's very cool. All right. 14687 looks like they were going to put a specimen onto the high chamber, but it has fallen from their claw.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
All right, robots are on the move with 23137 having a yellow sample in their bucket, which they're probably going to put in their high bucket as well. 14687 has hung a specimen onto the high chamber as their alliance partner puts a yellow sample into the high bucket. Right. It looks like 4239 is going for the high bucket, just putting a yellow sample into their high bucket, which looks like they do successfully. Very nice. 26407 has a red specimen, which they have hung on their high chamber, and looks like they're going for more from their human player. 23139 has a yellow sample in their intake as their alliance partner brings over a blue sample, which they spin into the high bucket. All right. 4239 is getting some samples from the submersible, which they're going to drop into their high bucket. 26407 continuing to get some specimens from their human player, which they're going to clip onto the high chamber. All right. 14687 is continuing to grab some specimens, samples from the submersible to bring to their bucket as their alliance partner is probably going to do the same eventually. All right, 26407 has put a sample into the high bucket as their partner will do the same as well. We are now in endgame. What are these robots going to do for their last moves? 14687 has put a yellow sample into their bucket, and they're going for some last-minute points as 26407 has hung, 23139 has parked, and it looks like 4239 is going for that last bucket sample score, and 14687 has scored one last sample before the end of the match. Very nice.
We're going to go ahead and announce the scores for match number 11, 1-1. Red win with a score of 105 to 66. Good job to all teams. Moving right along to match number 13 in the Red Alliance, we have Team 12,000, the Automated Skeleton, and Team 25952, Beyond Tech. And in the Blue Alliance, we have Team 3965, Twisted Metal, and Team 750, Gears in Motion. All right, we have 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Yeah. We're going to sit tight and wait to start match number 13 until its scheduled time of 2:45. 2:45. It is now 2:45, so we get to start this match, and we are ready to go in 3, 2, 1. Movement from the Red Alliance, we have Team 25952 attempting to place a yellow sample in their high basket, unfortunately missing, but not to fret because their alliance partner, 12,000, has successfully placed a red specimen onto the high chamber. Team 25952 successfully places a yellow sample into the high basket for the Red Alliance, and Team 12,000 has parked in their observation zone.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Team 750 and Team 3965 on the move. 750 attempting to place a yellow sample on the lower basket, unfortunately missing. Team 25952 is placing their third yellow sample in the high basket for Red Alliance, as Team 12,000 is looking to pick up another specimen for the Red Alliance. Team 3965 looking to put a blue sample, in the high basket for the Blue Alliance, as Team 25952 is continuing to cycle that high basket for the Red Alliance. Team 12,000 has just off a sample, which was turned into a specimen by their human player for the Red Alliance. Team 750 is attempting to pick up yellow samples for the Blue Alliance. Looks like there's a part loose. Hopefully that won't get caught up in anyone's robot. Team 3965, after some delay, is back on the move again, going to pick up a blue sample for the Blue Alliance. Team 25952 has continued to very quickly and efficiently cycle that high basket from the submersible very well for the Red Alliance, and their alliance partner, Team 12,000, is focusing on the specimens so they can get as many points together as possible in collaboration. Team 3965 has just pushed a sample over to the observation zone for the Blue Alliance as we enter endgame, as Team 750 is reaching into that submersible to hang in the ascent zone for some endgame points there. Team 25952 is getting one last yellow sample in that high basket for the Red Alliance before they head over to their observation zone to join their alliance partner 12,000 for parking. And that is game.
And we have scores for qualification number 12. And I like that. And the Red Alliance wins with a score of 193 to 96. Very nice. Okay. All right, introducing the teams for qualification number 14 on the Red Alliance. On the Red Alliance, we have 12808 RevAmped Robotics and 18108 High Voltage. And on the Blue Alliance, we have 23299 the Lawnmowers and 27237 Style Points, I think. All right, we have 1 solid minute, so sit tight. Also, a good thing to note is that after this qualification, we will be having a 10-minute break. So come to the next qualification after 10 minutes, after this one. It's like... All right, and we are ready to start in 3, 2, 1. All right, that's the sound of the autonomous phase as 3 robots are on the move. 18108 spewing some samples into their observation zone for their human player to turn into specimens as 27237 has parked. Nowhere in particular. 12808 is cycling from the submersible to the high bucket. It looks like they have a sample, which they are putting into the high bucket. Ooh, and they got a lot of samples in that high bucket.
2, 1.
All right, all robots are zooming across the field as 18108 has a sample which they're giving to their human player to make into a specimen. All right, 12808 looks like they're just going to cycle from the submersible to the high bucket as 27237 has placed a sample into the high bucket, and so has their alliance partner dropped a blue sample. All right. It looks like 18108 is going to focus on specimen hanging as 12808 is focusing on dropping samples into the bucket. Already looks like they have quite a bit in there. 27237 has a yellow sample which they are attempting to put into the high bucket, and they do it successfully. And their alliance partner looks like they are going to do the same with a blue sample. Looks like they are cycling between each other, giving each other a chance to score. Yeah. All right. Yeah. 18108 is continuing to hang specimens onto the high chamber as 12808 is continuing to get some samples which they're going to put in their high bucket. 27237 looks like they accidentally dropped a sample from their high bucket as their alliance partner puts in a sample into the high bucket. All right, 27237 has zoomed next to their alliance partner, and they're planning to put a blue sample into the hive. OMG! And the Red Alliance has gotten a score of over 300. OMG! How did this happen? Oh my god! All right, 18108 and 18108 are just working in tandem in an amazing way. Very nice teamwork, maxing out the scores that you can. But let's not forget that the Blue Alliance is also doing their best to get as much as they can. We're almost to 300. We are at 350. And that 350 points. Wow, that is an amazing high score. All right, good job, everybody, for doing your absolute best in this qualification. about the break?
Yeah, we're on a break.
All right, just a quick reminder, we are at a break, a 10-minute break right now, so come back after 10 minutes. Thank you very much.
First 13.
So hold on. The state highest. And I mean, they are there in the pit anyway. They do? They do? Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. All right. All right, we have the scores for qualification 13, not 14, 13. This is 13, not 14, 13. And the Red Alliance wins with a score of 153 to 14. All right.
We're going to do 14 after the break.
Yeah, we'll do 14 after the break. Sorry, you have to keep you guys in suspense. Yeah.
Teams, we are right now on a break. 5 more minutes of a break, and then we're going to be starting with match number 15. So teams in match number 15 plan to be at the queuing table in the next few minutes. Teams in match number 15 are on the queuing table in the next few minutes. Same thing with teams in match number 16 on the table, queuing table in the next few minutes.
Quick announcement real quick. We are selling vanilla and chocolate soft serve ice cream next to the doors right over there. We take cash and credit. Thank you.
All right, teams in qualification match number 15 and 16, please head over. We are getting ready to start, so teams in match number 15 and 16, come on over.
Are we announcing it now?
Well, in general, we announce it. I don't know if they're gonna.
Okay. All right, ready? Okay. Good.
Teams in qualification match number 15 and 16, come on over. We need you on the field. Teams 3058, 11556, 25631, 23735. That is teams in match number 15. And teams in match number 16, 19439, 13727, 4097, and 14687. Come on over, you need to be on the field.
All right, guys, I think you know what time it is. We are going to reveal the scores for qualification number 14. So, okay, all right. So let's check the scores for qualification number 14 right now. Red Alliance wins with a score of 359 to 96. This is the new record in Oregon, third highest in the U.S. and the fifth in the world. So, good job to the Red Alliance and good job to everyone, like in general.
Congratulations, teams. 12808 and 18108. This is an amazing score. This score is the highest in Oregon, the third highest in the US, and the fifth highest in the world. All right. Qualification match number 16, teams. Sorry, 15. And teams in qualification match number 16, you need to be on the field.
Alrighty, after that absolutely incredible score from qualification match number 14, it is time to move on to qualification match number 15. So, in the Red Alliance, we have Team 3058 Live Wire and Team 11556 Valley Catholic Robotics. On the Blue Alliance, we have Team 25631 Proxima Nova and Team 23735 Sunshine Circuit. It's We're doing a quick measurement check on one of the teams on the Blue Alliance. They passed the measurement check, and we are now ready to start autonomous in 3, 2, 1. Alrighty, movement from all teams here. We have, as you know, 25631 ready to cycle those blue specimens on the high chamber as their alliance partner 23735 successfully gets a yellow sample on the high basket for the Blue Alliance. Both teams 3058 and 11556 have successfully parked in their observation zone. Team 25631 is continuing to cycle those blue specimens on the chamber for the Blue Alliance, and their teammates have parked in the scent zone.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Alrighty, starting off strong here. We got Team 11556 going in for the upside down hook of the specimen on the Red Alliance, that high chamber. Team 3058 pushing up that yellow sample to the high basket for the Red Alliance. Team 23735 is looking to pick up a yellow sample for the Blue Alliance and place it in the high basket, as Team 25631 is continuing to cycle those blue specimens for the high chamber. Team 11556 is looking to pick up a red specimen for the Red Alliance on the high chamber, as their teammates 3058 is reaching into the submersible for a yellow specimen to place what I'm assuming is going to be in the high basket, just a wild guess. Team 25631 is on their, I believe, 5th specimen now. Their human player has quite a few queued up, ready to go for their robot to pick up. Team 23735 is looking to place that second yellow sample in the high basket for the Blue Alliance, as 11556 is placing their second yellow sample in the high basket, I do believe. We have Team 23735 picking up another yellow sample for the Blue Alliance. Unfortunately drops it, but goes to pick it back up again as their alliance partner is continuing to cycle that high chamber. Team 3058 is picking up a red sample, and either is going to drop it off in the high basket as we enter endgame. Team 11556 seems to be having a bit of navigational issues. Hopefully they'll be able to get that figured out before the game ends here. Team 25631 has racked up quite a few specimens there on that high chamber. Their alliance partners going to look for maybe a hang, at least park in the ascent zone. 3058 heads on over to the observation zone to park. 11556 still unable to move. And that is all.
All right, since we already did the scores for qualification 14, we're moving on to qualification number 16. So, introducing the teams on the Red Alliance, we have 19439 Disconnect and 13727 Juntos Unidos. And on the Blue Alliance, we have 4097, the Pac-Bots, and 14687, Undecided. All right, and we can. Is everyone ready? Oh, no. All right, and we can start this qualification in 3, 2, 1. Right, all robots are on the move. 14687 spinning in a yellow sample into the high bucket as 19439 does the same with 3 samples. Right. It looks like the other 2 robots have parked in their observation zone. Huh, very nice. All right. Yeah, 14687 tried to put a yellow sample into the high bucket, but it fell into their net zone, but that's all right.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
All right, moving on to the teleop phase. 19439 is grabbing a yellow sample from the submersible, which they're going to put into their high bucket, and they do it successfully. 14687 is getting some specimens from their human player, hanging them onto the high chamber. Very nice. 4097 is getting samples, which they are putting into their high bucket. 13727 has pushed a specimen to their human player for repositioning. And 13727 has hung a specimen onto the high chamber. 19439 has got a red sample, which they put in their high bucket. And 4097 is doing the same with a yellow sample. 14687 has a blue sample, which they're giving to their human player. Oh, blue specimen, actually. And it looks like 14687 is grabbing blue specimens to put onto their high chamber. All right. As their alliance partner puts samples into their high bucket. 13727 has a sample which they're giving to their human player to turn into a specimen. Very nice. As 19439 is getting more samples from the submersible to put into their bucket. That's some end game. What are the last moves of these teams? 4097 has scored a yellow sample onto the high bucket as 14687 has gotten a specimen from their human player, which they are going to hang onto the high chamber. Oh, and they almost got it. All right. 19439 has gotten a yellow sample, and 4097 has hung. Very nice. All right, and all robots, 3 robots have parked. Very nice.
We are ready to announce the scores for match number 15. Blue win with a score of 208 to 31. Good job to all teams. Moving right along to match number 17, in the Red Alliance, we have team 4239 Viridescent Vipers and 23299 the Lawnmowers. On the Blue Alliance, we have team 3965 Twisted Metal and team 26407 Over-Caffeinated Engineers. Alrighty. All teams are ready. Now all teams are ready, for real. So we're gonna get started for real. In 3, 2, 1. Movement from both alliances here. We have team 4239 dropping off a yellow sample in the high basket, and 26407 following the same. 4239 gets another yellow sample in their high basket and is looking for a third. Team 26407 is not far behind with the second yellow sample in the high basket for the Blue Alliance. And Team 4239 unfortunately misses that last yellow sample for the Red Alliance. Still successfully gets 3 in though.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Alrighty, all teams on the move here. Team 3965 heading over to those blue samples on the field to drop them off into their observation zone to turn into specimens. Team 23299 and 4239 both queued up for that high basket for the Red Alliance there. Team 26407 drops off another yellow sample for the Blue Alliance. Team 3965 seems to have accidentally dropped off a screw in their observation zone. Oh no, and a number plate. Hopefully they won't lose much else. Team 26407 is dropping off a fourth yellow sample for the Blue Alliance in that high basket, as Team 23299 is dropping off some more samples in the high basket for the Red Alliance. Team 4239 is reaching into that submersible, looking to grab what I would hope is either a yellow or red, not a blue sample for the Red Alliance, as Team 26407 is looking to hang their first specimen of this match. And they do successfully on that high chamber for the Blue Alliance. Team 4239 is looking to drop off another yellow sample in the high basket for the Red Alliance. That dropped nameplate, not bothering them too much, luckily, as Team 23299 has just picked up another red sample and is looking to drop it off in a now very full high basket for the Red Alliance. Team 26407 is looking to place their fourth specimen. Bringing it back to the observation zone, maybe for a quick little realignment there by their human player. Sometimes that's the best way to go, is to just reset and try again. Team 3965 has a yellow sample loaded in their delivery, and they're dropping it off in their net zone for the Blue Alliance, as both of the red robots are trying to get one more sample in that high basket for the Red Alliance. Whoa, 4239 is stuck under the basket with the sample hanging precariously over the field there. Both of the Blue Alliance robots are in the ascent zone. And that is game.
All right, and we have scores for qualification 16. And the Red Alliance wins with a score of 207 to 137. Both impressive scores. All right, quickly introducing the teams on the Red Alliance. We have 24261 SOS and 23735 Sunshine Circuits. And on the Blue Alliance, we have 23139 Young Engineers and 7750 Gears in Motion. Oh, we're early again. Okay. And we have 1 minute again. 1 minute. Sorry, y'all. I gotta wait a minute. All right, and we are ready to start this qualification in 3. Oh, okay. All right, we're ready. Okay, in 3, 2, 1. All right, the autonomous phase has started with 23139 dropping off a sample into the high bucket, going for another sample, which they did not grab, unfortunately. 24261 is going for a yellow sample as well, which looks like they're going to put in the high bucket. Okay, it looks like 23139 crashed into the submersible as 24261 has hopefully 23735 has not experienced any injuries.
1.
All right, all robots are on the move. Looks like 23735 is still good to go as 23139 has a yellow sample which they have dropped off into their bucket a bucket of their own, and they're going to deposit it into the high bucket. Very nice. 23735 has a red sample which looks like they're going to go put into their high bucket, as their lines partner does the same with a yellow sample. 750 is driving around trying to get a blue sample to their observation zone, but it's just not going too well. Okay. 23139 has a blue sample which they're putting into their high bucket, and they do it successfully, as 24261 has a yellow sample and 23735 have a red sample, both putting those samples into the high basket, and both successful. Very nice. All right. 23139 is putting a sample into the high bucket, and they do it successfully. Very consistent, these teams. Okay. All right. Looks like Red Alliance is just constantly cycling to put some samples into the high bucket, cycling from the submersible to the high bucket, and they've been very successful with that so far. Looks like 750 is not moving, and looks like 23139 has dropped a blue sample into the low bucket with some nice finesse. All right, 750 looks like they're trying to moving their arm of theirs, as a 23139 has parked, and 23735 has also parked, as 24261 has dropped off one last sample into their high bucket. All right. Very nice, everybody.
Alrighty, moving right along to the scores for match number 17. A little glitchy there. Red wins with a score of 131 to 98. Good job to all teams. All right, match number 19, Red Alliance. We have team 27237 Style Points and team 19439 Disconnect. And on the Blue Alliance, we have team 12,000 the Automated Skeleton and team 25631 Proxima Nova. Minutes. It looks like we have an extra 2 minutes to spare. Oh, 1 minute now to spare until we start match number 19, so hang tight. Alrighty, I think we're about ready to get going here. Match number 19, Autonomous, is starting in 3, 2, 1. Starting off, we have 25631 ready to cycle their very speedy specimen cycle on that high blue chamber. Team 19439 has successfully placed a yellow sample in the two yellow samples now in the high basket for the Red Alliance. Team 27237 looks like they moved a bit, but I don't know if they're going anywhere anytime soon. Team 25631 is still just cycling their high specimens on the blue chamber as 19439 is parked in the scent zone.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Alrighty, both teams on the red moving around here. Team 27237 has just picked up a yellow sample as Team 25631, unfortunately drops both of their yellow samples that they've been trying to place, shooting one out of the field, unfortunately. Team 27237 has just placed their third yellow sample in the high basket for the Red Alliance as their partner in crime here, Team 19439, is reaching into the submersible to drop it off in the observation zone to turn it into a specimen. Team 27237 is still cycling the high basket for the Red Alliance. Team 25631 is doing the same, but for the Blue Alliance. Team 12000 is now on the move here, spitting out a blue specimen into the observation zone for Blue Alliance's human player to turn into a specimen. Team 27237 dropping off a red sample on the high basket for the Red Alliance, getting it dropped off there. Team 19439 has now strictly moved on to specimens. They have 4 hanging currently, reaching for another one from their observation zone, as Team 25631 is still cycling that high basket with the yellow samples. Team 12000 helping out now with the specimen placing, reaching into that submersible, grabbing the samples for the human player. Team 19439, a little bit of a traffic jam in submersible there. Team 19439 reaching in to pick up that red sample for the Red Alliance, dropping off in the observation zone. 12,000 does the same for the Blue Alliance. As we're entering into end zone, end game here, we got Team 12,000 heading on over to the high chamber for the Blue Alliance. Unfortunately missing, getting a little bit caught on that chamber there. Let's see if they can get that oriented. Team 27237 has just placed another red sample on the high basket. They got a bit of a light there, a little bit blinding, but I like it. Team 19439 picking up and parking, and that is game.
And we have the scores for qualification number 18. And the Red Alliance wins with a score of 104 to 47. Very nice. All right, introducing the teams for this qualification. On the Red Alliance, we have 20790 Robotics and 3058 Livewire. And on the Blue Alliance, we have 13727 Juntos Unidos and 12808 RevAmped Robotics. Yep, because we are starting in 3, 2, 1. All right, 3 robots are on the move. 1 to 808, immediately putting a sample into the high bucket, doing that again with another yellow sample, and trying to do that again with another one, and they got it. So, and they put that into the high bucket, and they're doing it again with another sample. So, yeah. All right, and then 1 to 808 is going towards the submersible to get some more samples. It looks like they're struggling to find one. That's all right,
Drivers,
Dave.
pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
All right, all robots are on the move with 20790 dropping off a specimen towards their human player, probably for some reposition. Ooh, a sample has fallen out of the field. Oh dear. All right, 13727 is grabbing a blue sample for their human player, turning them into specimens. All right, 12808 is just cycling from the submersible to the bucket, continuous cycling, as 20790 is going for some specimens that their human player has prepared for them. 3058 is trying to get some yellow samples at the front of the field. Hopefully they can grab some so they can score them. 13727 is just grabbing the specimens from their observation zone to put onto their high chamber, as 12808 is just continuing to cycle from the submersible to the high bucket continuously, as their bucket is getting pretty full. All right. 20790 is getting a red specimen from their observation zone, and they hang it onto the high chamber, and so does 13727. Both successful. All right, looks like 3058 has a yellow sample in hand, which they have put on the ground. Okay. Oh, 12808's bucket was too full, so their yellow sample fell out of the field. Oh no. All right. And that's the sound of end game. All right, everyone is getting some last points with 13727 getting a blue sample, which they are going to turn into one last specimen. 12808's bucket is very full. Oh, and it's so full that their yellow sample falls out of the bucket. Okay. All right. Oh, another sample falls out because of how full the bucket is. Oh my goodness. All right, all robots have parked in their observation zones. Very nice.
Alrighty, let's announce the scores for match number 19. Blue wins with a score of 238 to 174. Good job to all teams. For match number 21, in the Red Alliance, we have Team 25952 Beyond Tech and Team 4097 the Pac-Bots. And in the Blue Alliance, we have Team 11556 Valley Catholic Robotics and Team 18108 High Voltage. How many seconds? Alrighty, it's close enough to the start time. We're gonna go ahead and get this match started in 3, 2, 1. Alrighty, starting off right away here, we have Team 25952 getting ready to drop off a yellow sample in the high basket for the Red Alliance as Team 18108 drops off 2 samples to turn into specimens for the Blue Alliance, hanging a phantom specimen there, unfortunately. As Team 25952 attempted to hang or place a yellow sample in the high basket, Team 18108 gets 1 successful specimen
pick up your
on their high
controllers.
chamber.
3, 2, 1.
Team 11556 has a preloaded yellow sample in their delivery there, and they're going to get it dropped off in that lower basket for the Blue Alliance, as Team 18108 is now placing real specimens on that high chamber for the Blue Alliance. Team 25952 is looking, whoa, almost tipped there. That was a close one. They are looking to, I would assume, pick up a yellow sample, as their teammate 4097 has just dropped off a red sample in the net zone. Team 18108 is still cycling those blue specimens on that high blue chamber for, you guessed it, the Blue Alliance, as they also are dropping off more samples for their human player to turn into specimens. Team 11556 has been dropping off yellow samples in the Blue Alliance's net zone, as Team 25952, no longer tipping, is looking to pick up those yellow samples to drop off. Team 4097 is also looking to pick up, and has picked up, a red sample to go and place on that in that high basket, as Team 18108 drops off yet again another blue sample on that high chamber. Team 4097 has just dropped off a red sample in the high basket, in the Red Alliance's high basket, as Team 18108 has just dropped off another sample in their observation zone going into endgame here. Team 11556 has been continuing to drop off those yellow samples in the Blue Alliance's net zone, as Team 25952 is in the observation zone, a little extended there, looking to park. Their alliance partner doing the same. 18108 is looking to place one last specimen, and they do so. That is game.
All right, and we have the scores for qualification 20. And the Blue Alliance wins with a score of 263 to 74. Very nice. Okay, let's see.
It's random. It's a random.
All right, introducing the teams for qualification number 22. Yep, 22. On the Red Alliance, we have 14687 Undecided and 25631 Proxima Nova. And on the Blue Alliance, we have 23299 the Lawnmowers and 23139 Young Engineers. And I think we have 1 minute. Okay, a little over 1 minute, so sit tight. All right, we're starting this qualification in 3, 2, 1. All right, autonomous phase has started. 2, 5, 6, 3, 1, going for that submersible to go grab some samples, but it looks like it didn't actually grab one. Oh dear. Okay, 2, 3, 1, 3, 9 has gotten a yellow sample, which they are going to put into their high bucket. Very nice. And 1, 4, 6, 8, 7 has also put a sample into the high bucket. It looks like 2, 5, 6, 3, 1 is starting to move again. I don't know how that happened, but that's very cool. All right, and they have gotten a sample.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
All right, Teleop has started. It looks like 23299 has 2 samples. Oh dear. As 25631 has put a yellow sample into the high bucket. 23299 has a yellow sample which they're putting into the high bucket as well. 23139 has a sample which they're also putting into the high basket. As 14687 is putting a specimen onto the high chamber. Their alliance partner putting a a yellow sample into the high bucket. All right. 14687 is bringing red samples to their human player as they grab specimens for their high chamber. It looks like 23139 is putting yellow samples into their high bucket as 23299 is doing the same. 25631 is speedily going towards the submersible to get some samples to put into their high basket as their alliance partner continues to cycle through from the human player to the high chamber. Looks like the Blue Alliance is mainly putting samples into the bucket to score. Nothing wrong with that. Very cool strategy. As 14687 pushes a specimen into the observation zone and grabbing a specimen as well. 25631 has got a yellow sample which they have dropped into their high bucket, and so does 23299 as well. Looks like 23139 has a sample stuck on their noodles. I don't know. Oh wait, they got it unstuck. Very nice. Okay. 23299 has a sample in their claw, and and that's the end.
Let's announce the scores from match number 21. Blue win with a score of 103 to 66. Good job to all teams. Alrighty. Moving on to match number 23 of the day. These go by so quickly. On the Red Alliance, we have team 20790 Robotics and team 750 Gears in Motion. And on the Blue Alliance, we have team 11556 Valley Catholic Robotics and team 27237 Style Points. Love the enthusiasm. We'll get started here in just a minute. All right, it's time. We're starting match number 23 in 3, 2, 11556 moseys on over to the observation zone on the blue alliance as team 20790 successfully places a red specimen on the high chamber. Team 27237 is looking to place a yellow sample very squeakily on the high blue basket, which they do successfully. Reaching for one more. Ooh, unfortunately missing.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Alrighty, we got all robots on the move here as Team 750 brings over a yellow sample to the low basket for the Red Alliance. Their partner dropping off a red specimen on the high chamber for the Red Alliance. Team 11556 looking to pick up a blue specimen and maybe drop it off at the observation zone as Team 27237 just drops a yellow sample right before they're about to drop it in their bucket. Unfortunate, but I bet they'll get another one. Team 20790 places their third specimen, almost gets it, on that high red chamber, as Team 750 is heading on into their submersible, to pick up a sample to place in that basket. Team 11556 also drops their specimen, and unfortunately, I believe their delivery system may be a bit loose there. Maybe watch out. That kind of looks like a battering ram now. I don't really know what's going on with that. But 27237 is still going strong. Fear not. Placing a blue sample in the Blue Alliance's net zone. Team 20790 doing the same for the Red Alliance. Team 750 heading on over to that low basket for the Red Alliance, trying to place a yellow sample in there as endgame starts. Oh my gosh, I look over and 11556 has lost a wheel. I am so sorry, you guys. I'm hoping that can get fixed. They've decided to do the smart move here, I think, and park in their observation zone. Excellent decision making there, I think. 20790 is trying to get one last sample over in their observation zone, also parking as their partner 750 trying to hang in the ascent zone, and that is game.
And on that note, we have the scores for qualification 22. And the Red Alliance wins with a score of 226 to 106. Ooh, 2 sixes. Oh, wait. All right, and introducing the teams for qualification 24. On the Red Alliance, we have 23735 Sunshine Circuits and 4097 the Pac-Bots. And on the Blue Alliance, we have 26407 Over-Caffeinated Engineers and 12,000 the Automated Skeleton. All right, and we will start in 3, 2, 1. All right, and this is the autonomous phase. Everyone is on the move with the blue alliance putting a yellow sample into the high bucket. Very nice. 12,000 is making its way towards their observation zone, and they make it. All right. 26407 placed a yellow sample into their high bucket and have pushed a yellow sample towards their net zone before
Drivers,
parking.
Pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
All right, this is the teleop time. 23735 is going to grab a yellow sample, which they looks like they're getting their claw to clamp over that. As 4097 has a yellow sample which they are going to put into their high bucket. Oh, it looks like a yellow sample has dropped, unfortunately, as 12,000 also drops their specimen, which they were going to hang on to the high chamber. Looks the blue alliance has placed a yellow sample into the high bucket, as both robots on the red alliance, or one robot on the red alliance has placed a yellow sample into the high bucket. 4097 is getting a red sample which they are trying to get, and they do get it, which they're going to give to they're going to put it into the net zone, as 23735 is getting a yellow sample from the submersible. 26407 has a yellow sample from the submersible, which they put into the high bucket successfully. 12,000 is driving around 4097 is continuing to push samples into the net zone, as 26407 had a little tipsy over there. All right, 26407 is grabbing a sample from the submersible. Sample as 23735 drops a sample that they were going to put in one of their buckets. After another little tipsy, 26407 has placed a yellow sample into their high bucket, as it looks like they're going for a hang, which they do successfully, and everyone else has parked. Oh, wait, no, 23735 has parked in the set zone just on time. Very nice, just on time.
Alrighty, announcing scores now for match number 23. Red win with a score of 70-38. Good job to all teams. Moving right along into match number 25 on the Red Alliance, we have team 25952 Beyond Tech. And also in the Red Alliance, we have team 4239 Viridescent Vipers. And on the Blue Alliance, we have team 19439 Disconnect and team 3058 Livewire. So you can see here we have a great demonstration of gracious professionalism, a little air handshake situation going on. Good job, you guys. All right. I think we're ready to go. I think. All right. Now we're ready to go. Autonomous for match number 25 starts in 3, 2, 1. Movement from all 4 teams here. We have 25952 very delicately placing a specimen on that high chamber for the Red Alliance as team 4239 places 2 yellow samples in the high basket for the Red Alliance. 19439 does the same for the Blue Alliance as team 4239 one-ups them with a 3rd yellow sample in the high basket for the Red Alliance. Team 19439 counters it with the same count. Both baskets, having at least 3 samples.
Pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
All right, starting tally-up off strong, we have team 25952 looking to pick up a specimen from their observation zone created by their human player. Team 19439 doing the same on the Blue Alliance. 3058 picking up a blue sample for the Blue Alliance as team 39 heads over with yet another yellow sample, dropping that in the high basket for the Red Alliance. Team 19439 reaching into that submersible, dropping a blue sample off in the observation zone, picking up a specimen, doing the whole cycle. Team 25952 doing a similar thing for the Red Alliance, placing their 3rd specimen on that high chamber for the Red Alliance. Team 4239 has just reached into the submersible, picking up a yellow sample for the high basket for the Red Alliance as their partner places their 4th specimen for the Red Alliance. Team 19439 evening out the playing field here, at least the chamber situation here, with their 4th specimen being hung, as their alliance partner 3058 is still trying to pick up that blue sample on the field. Team 4239 and 25952 are working together on that high basket, getting as many samples as they can in. As we enter endgame, 19439 has switched from the high chamber specimens to the high basket, placing a blue sample in the Blues high basket. Team 3058 has appeared to have parked as 19439 tries to get one last specimen in for the Blue high chamber. Team 25952 is also trying to get in one more specimen for the Red Alliance's high chamber. And that is game.
All right, we have the results for qualification 24. And the Blue Alliance wins with a score of 114 to 54. Very nice.
Hello, teams. I want to draw your attention to this for just a moment. So all teams, please do listen to this.
All right, hello, fabulous teams. We didn't talk about it specifically in the driver meeting today, but we've talked about it many times in the past. When do you get to push the play button? When the bell rings, yes, success. So the computer or the MC is gonna count down, 3, 2, 1, but you have to wait until you hear the official sound from the computer before you push play. That counts for the start of auto and also the start of teleop, okay? Some of us are starting to get a little bit too early and it's a major penalty, so let's just wait for the sound and not get a major penalty. Sound good? Yes, okay, fabulous.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Robin. And so for qualification 26, on the Red Alliance, we have 18108 High Voltage and 13727 Juntos Unidos. And on the Blue Alliance, we have 24261 SOS and 2965 Twisted Metal. All right, do we have? All right. Ready? All right, and we are ready to start this qualification in 3, 2, 1. All right, 2 robots are on the move. 1, 2, 808, immediately going for that high chamber and getting those samples and shooting them out to their human players so they can turn it into specimens. All right, 18108 has placed multiple specimens onto the high chamber. All seem to be successful, and all are successful. We're parking in the okay. Before stopping.
Pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
All right, now all robots are on the move. 18108, grabbing a yellow specimen, a yellow sample to put into the high bucket. 13727. The Red Alliance has gotten a red specimen, which they have put on their high chamber. All right. 24261 looks like they are driving around trying to figure out what will they do to score for this round. All right, 3965 is next to some blue samples, pushing them towards the observation zone. As 18108, has pushed their low bucket, and the energy caused all the samples to pop out. All right, 13727 has placed a specimen onto the high chamber as they are getting some more samples to give to their human player. 18108 is recovering those samples that have popped out from their low bucket. 3965 is grabbing some samples, and so is 18108. Both seem to have got some, or maybe. All right, 13727 has placed a red specimen onto the high chamber as 18108 is focusing on the bucket. All right, 24261 seems to be spinning around trying to figure out what will I do to score some points. All right, as 3965 is continuing to grab some samples from the submersible, and so is 18108. 13727 is continuing to focus on the specimens, grabbing them and putting them onto the high chamber, as 18108 is also focusing on the bucket, as looks like 3 robots have parked. Very nice.
Ahead and announce the scores for match number 25. Red wins with a score of 194 to 155. Good job to all teams.
Hi, teams. As we get ready for this last match, let's just talk for a minute about our cleanup plans. Rather than make new assignments this week, we are going to repeat your cleanup assignments from last week. That went pretty well last week, although don't ask me what your assignments were. I did write it down, but I didn't keep it. So I'm counting on you. We could use one more team to help with the round tables. So if you don't have an assignment, if you could consider hanging out and helping us put the round tables back. And by the way, the round table map is on the side of our AV system over here. Shows you exactly where they go. Thank you, everyone.
All right, thank you, everyone. And we are going to be starting the last match of League Meet 3. Please do watch for an email out later in the week, which will give you more details about the qualifying tournament.
All right, just like Nagesh said, this is the last match of League Meet 3. Go ahead and give everyone who helped out and volunteered today a big round of applause. Today ran And also, a huge round of applause to our wonderful field resetters who did such a good job. We stayed on schedule, and we had some really great, amazing high scores come out of this league meet today. So everybody should feel very proud. All right, we're going to go ahead and announce the team for match number 27, last match of the day. On the Red Alliance, we have Team 12808 Revamp Robotics and Team 23139 Young Engineers. On the Blue Alliance, we have Team 4239 Viridescent Vipers and Team 12,000 the Automated Skeleton. And with that, we're ready to get this match started in 3, 2, 1. All teams on the move here. 12808 clips a red specimen on that high chamber for the Red Alliance, as Team 12,000 does the same on their high chamber for the Blue Alliance. Team 4239 has already successfully placed 2 yellow samples, misses their third one, unfortunately. Looks like 12808 might have a slight issue with their autonomous, which is unfortunate, actually blocking their partner's path. This is crazy. Hopefully they'll be able to get unstuck there and not cause too many technical issues.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Look at that flawless execution there, getting unstuck. Team 4239 is placing another yellow sample for the Blue Alliance, as their alliance partner, Team 12,000, picks up a specimen to hang on that high chamber for the Blue Alliance. Team 12808 looking to pick up another sample, shooting it out to their observation zone for their human player to turn that into a specimen. Team 23139 has just dumped another yellow sample in the high basket for the Red Alliance, as Team 12,000 is picking up a blue sample to shoot off to their observation zone for their human player to turn it into a specimen. Team 23139 gets a yellow sample in their delivery, looking to dump it in that top basket again, as their partner, 12808, places their second specimen of the match on the high red chamber. Team 12,000 has dropped off another sample for their human player to turn into a specimen, and has 2 waiting for them to deliver to that high chamber over there, as their partner, Team 4239, whoa, gets a little hooked on the basket there, but gets unstuck, which is good. 12808 has placed now their 5th specimen on that high chamber for the Red Alliance, as their alliance partner, Team 23139, has placed, I've lost count, another yellow sample on that high basket for the Red Alliance. Team 12,000 is placing their 3rd sample for the Blue Alliance on that high chamber, as Team 4239 is looking to place another yellow sample in the high basket for the Blue Alliance. Team 12808 reaching into that submersible to turn a sample into a specimen for the Red Alliance as we enter endgame here. Team 23139 reaching into the submersible, also grabbing a red sample, going to dump it into that high basket. Both Red and Blue Alliance have a number of specimens on their chambers. I can't even count, I'm going to be honest here. But each team is looking to place 1 final points, and that is game. Good job to all teams.
All right, and we have the scores for qualification 26, the last one on field 2. Okay, that's quick. And the Red Alliance wins with a score of 168-18. Wow.
Hello? 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 Test? Hello? Hello? Can it hear me?
Good job.
Hello? The mic isn't. Testing? Hello? 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 Okay. Hello? 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 Testing? Oh, there we go. We're back. We have the results for match number 27. Red Alliance wins with a score of 178 to 143. Good job to all teams in this match and all above. Yeah, and that's it for League Meet 3. So thank you everybody for your participation.